From a health standpoint, a lot of people have been kind of wondering, how are you feeling? Just how are you, especially after that game, SEC championship game?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm excited. It's a great opportunity when the college football playoff. Like at this point in the season, like I don't know a team who is like healthy at all. So like, fire me up. I'm ready to go.
All the way in the back, Trevor.
Ty, you've obviously played in a lot of high-pressure games, but it just keeps moving up and up and up. Curious what you do maybe leading up to a game to step away from football. What do you do to kind of calm down, relax, to take some of the pressure off of you in the lead up to one like this?
Yeah. So in high school, right? Like I kind of just did my own thing. It's kind of changed now. In college, I listen to country music every time before a game. So whether it's Morgan Wallen, Riley Green, Luke Combs, gets me in the mode, right? Feel back at home. But a game like this, right? Whether it's like a pregame meal or in the hotel room, I'll watch Seinfeld. Just kind of gets me in a little in a happy mood. Just sitcom, right? Like stupid funny. So.
Let's go to Nick, front row right.
Yeah, looking back at the Georgia game, or I should say the SEC championship game, and watching that film, what stands out about what you want to work on, what you want the offense to work on?
Certainly, right, like not our best performance. I think it goes back to just one, communication in general, right? Just one word calls in the huddle, or on line of scrimmage. Two, the little details, whether it's in the routes, our footwork, my footwork, and honestly, right, just like doing our job. It goes back to almost every game that has come down to games like that. Just doing our job, right? Like it's nothing that they did that we didn't know that was coming, right? But it's all about what we did, and I've said that since day one of just controlling what we can control, and we can control how we play, our attitude, and what we do, right? So that's basically what it is in this game as well, right? Like we've already played them once, but that doesn't mean anything. So I just gotta control what we can control and go play.
Let's go to Joe, right in the middle of the room.
First, who's your favorite Seinfeld character, and then more importantly, the team's been more successful on the road this year than it was last year. What have you noticed that maybe you guys have done differently, or have you done anything different, better on the road this season?
Yeah, so Kramer's my favorite Seinfeld character, right? But the little beef of Newman and Jerry, that gets me fired up. So anytime I get an episode like that, I know it's gonna be a good day. But yeah, right. We kind of knew this season coming in, right, that on the road last year, like it wasn't what we wanted. So we kind of took the badge of honor of being road warriors, and making sure that it's not going to be easy on the road, right? Whether it was Florida State, Georgia, South Carolina, anytime you play on the road, period, even in the SEC, like it's going to be hard. So we take pride on doing stuff the hard way. Just because we're Alabama, right? So anytime that we wear the white jerseys and go on the road, right? Like we know that we mean business, and it's going to be hard, and we embrace it.
Let's go to Michael, back row on the right.
Josh Cuevas, how important is he to the passing game?
Very important. I think everybody knows that. Josh is an excellent player. So not only is he great in the pass game, but he's great in the run game as well. Being able to just see him on the field and have him have his presence is just remarkable. Especially having in the huddle, right? Just a different type of vibe when he's in there. So I'm very excited about that.
Go to the front row on the left, Colin.
Hey Ty, you've prepared for playoff games now with Coach Saban and now with Coach DeBoer. What's similar? What's different about the atmosphere in this building?
Really nothing. To be quite honest with you, right? Because one, right, like we're Alabama, we expect to be in the playoffs, and this isn't uncommon to us being in a primetime game like this in a big time environment, and then two, right, like you just prepare like it's another game, you know what I mean? Like you don't do anything differently. We know what's at stake for both teams, right? We kind of have taken it as this is it, right? Like this is the last dance. The 2025 team, like how are we going to be remembered? Like this is a new season, like it's 0-0, everybody's 0-0 right now, you win, you advance. So those I think are very similar from Coach Saban and Coach DeBoer's point of view and perspective, just because like we expect to be here, and we know what's at stake, and we're built for it.
Let's go to Emily Grace on the right?
Hey Ty, Coach DeMore was talking about how practice on Saturday was really awesome. The energy is where it needs to be. What would you attribute that to? And from your perspective, how is this team preparing the right way?
One, right, like just having a chance to just take a second and breathe was really important for the guys, right? Like we said, anytime you play an SEC schedule, like it's hard on your body, hard on your mind. So getting a couple days off to just relax and have fun and play the video game it is great. But two, right, just one, being back on the field and knowing your body feels a little bit healthier. We were at night, which is different because we're usually in the morning. So playing under the lights, you just felt like high school. You know what I mean? Especially being out there with your guys that you love. We're getting ready for a college football playoff game, guys. How awesome is that? You know what I mean? So, any chance that we get to, just take a second and realize what we do for a living and how many people watch us and, how we can just change people's point of view, right? It's awesome. So, yes, sir. Great practice.
Let's go right across the aisle, Katie.
You talked earlier about wanting to improve communication from the SEC championship. Just in your role as a quarterback, kind of what is maybe your ideal? Is there an ideal time on the play clock that you want to have the ball snapped by, or kind of is it totally dependent on what the defense is doing moving around?
Yeah, I think one depends on the play that's called, and then two depends on what the defense does, and then three, right, situational awareness. Just because we have a lot of shifts and motions, a lot of stuff that we're changing the picture. And two, right, it depends on, we got to communicate on what the defense does, you know what I mean? So, they can check our check, they can change different things, and then two, right, or three, if, the clock's running down, it's a 4-minute drill, we want to make sure that we snap it, close to, 5 seconds, 5 to 4 seconds. So, those are big things.
All right, final question will be from Jonathan, standing up on the back right.
Hey Ty, you described that trip to Oklahoma last year as a spooky feeling. Where do you think the team stands on going back there, especially after they came here and won last month?
Yeah, like I said, what a great opportunity. It's a new season, right? 0-0, 0-0. Nobody's won, nobody's lost. If you win, you advance. We know what happened last year. We know what happened this year. But we can't, worry about that, right? We gotta do what we do. We can control what we can control, and guess what? We control our attitude, how we play, and how we prepare. So we're gonna prepare like we've never won, and perform like we've never lost, like we said. So just a great opportunity. Really excited. It's two good teams going at it. First college football playoff game of the year on Friday night. Let's do it. Very excited. So thank you guys so much.